Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk. Welcome to Straight Talk. African president of the United States of America, President Barack Obama.
Good to see you. I just want to say everybody back home, right back at you. We appreciate you. You always get a straight talk.
And welcome to Straight Talk. Yes, we are back with a great guest. Our guest is an individual who sold me my latest car from Napleton, Lincoln Mercury. Napleton Lincoln Cadillac, but we bought it from the next door, which is the dealer of Lincolns. And I ran into this young man, and he gave me such a beautiful deal and such a beautiful progress of selling me that car. We decided to come on the show to talk about Napleton Lincoln. Mr. Lee Brown. How you doing, Lee?
How you doing, sir?
Good to have you on the show today.
Good. I'm pleased to be here, and I'm pleased to have met you in the fashion that I did while you were at the dealership. And you're such a gracious person. I'm glad to be on your show, and we can sit here and talk about car buying. People buying cars, how they need to buy cars, credit. Whatever you want to talk about, man, we could talk about for the next hour.
First of all, let us know, how did you get into that particular business?
Well, I got into the car business in 1996 initially. Prior to that, I was in automotive audio business. I was in that for about 10 years.
What was it, 19 what?
96, I got into the auto retailing business. Uh-huh. But prior to that, I was in the automotive audio business. Then I got into the automobile retailing business in 1996. And I've been steady. I've sold Nissans, I've sold Toyotas, I've sold Fords, I've sold a number of brands. Then I got into the Napleton family probably in 2010. I got involved with the Napleton family, and I've been in one of their dealerships ever since then for the last probably 10 years. And,
wow.
And I like it. I mean, I'm involved in sales. I'm involved in finance. I'm involved with pretty much deal structure. I'm happy to be at Lincoln Cadillac because most of the customers that I have are black people for the most part. I do service white, all kind of other nationalities, but because of the location where the dealership is at, it gives me great fortune that most of my connection is with black people. So, I love it for that reason. And I'm not like in Orland Park. I'm not like in Schaumburg or something, where you have mostly other nationalities that you're dealing with. I'm right here, pretty much as close as you can be in the hood. I'm in the hood, so I love it for that reason.
Well, Calumet Park is highly mixed.
Calumet City.
Calumet City. I'm sorry, not Park. Calumet City is highly mixed.
Yeah.
And you have a black mayor there now too, right?
No,
female,
there's a black state representative there. That is, we got a black state representative, black state senator.
But
the mayor is a white female.
They represent a district, not the city per se.
They represent the district, not the city. But the city is a large part of the district.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So, now there's a lot of the council's majority black though, in Calumet City. So
So it equals it out.
It equals it out. The township is in Thornton Township. Majority of the trustees on Thornton Township is black. So there's black politicians, and I service them.
From what I understand, the female mayor has been there a while, and she does a good job.
Yeah, she does a
That's
good
why
job.
the people continue putting her there, because the city is majority black at this time.
Exactly. And actually, I've had the pleasure of servicing her. She buys her cars from there. And then the mayor of Dalton buys his cars from there. And a couple of trustees from Dalton buy their cars from there. So I mean, we're involved with the politicians in terms of automobile wise. We're involved with them very heavily.
But because you're there, let's set a precedent. Get most of the people in that area to come and shop with you at Napleton.
I would love that. I mean,
Because I'm highly satisfied with the deal that you got from me.
exactly. And I'm involved with Lincoln and Cadillac, which is American luxury brands, and those seem to be very, very popular in that area, Lincoln and Cadillac. And I would love for people, no matter what kind of condition they're in terms of credit or income or family situations, we find a way to put it together. And I would love for them to come shop with me.
I know that scared the hell out of me. When I was driving down the street, when I bought my new Lincoln, I was driving down the highway, and I started to turn over to my left, and the wheel went brrr. I said, God damn, I got a lemon.
No.
I
Yeah,
said, I got a lemon here. And man, I come rushing back to you, tell you, it's no, man, that's a safety device.
exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of new technologies. Cars have changed so much from over the last 10 to 15 years. No longer do you start it with the key. Most of them now are push button start.
Right.
Most of them have blind spot detection on them, which allows you. Or either lane protection, and that's what you were drifting. You weren't going straight over to the lane quick enough, and what happens is when you drift over into the lane and you don't cut fast enough, that's designed to wake you up because it feels like you're drifting. So it's designed to rumble the car to wake you up just in case you fall asleep at the wheel. You got a number of cars. You have they've got different safety features on it where it stops the car if you get too close to a car in front, or alerts you if somebody's getting too close to you in the back. And then you got the lane protection, and then you got the blind spot detection where the lights are going off. If someone's in your blind spot and you're thinking about turning over, it's letting you know that somebody's close to you. So a lot of people that haven't bought cars probably in the last 15 to 20 years, I go through this on a normal basis. You have a number of like funeral homes and ministers and they've got Lincolns from like the early 2000s to like the late 1990s. They still have town cars, Continentals, Coupe de Villes, Cadillacs, Eldorados, and now they're coming in to buy cars now, and the technology is totally different from when they bought their car originally. So what you experience is nothing. I just got through talking to somebody about an hour ago that was experiencing some things then, and I had to break it down and tell them, no, there's nothing wrong with your car. It's just this is what's happening, and this is the technology that's in place now. And it's all for your safety.
What other safety devices in the newer cars, especially Lincolns or Cadillacs?
Well, I mean, you've got what they didn't have then. They had front airbags, but now you got side airbags, and rear airbags. What's standard on most cars now wasn't standard then. Anti-lock brakes and advanced braking systems, anti-skidding systems in there where it takes control of the car if it's skidding. So you got a number of things. You got like I said, the lane protection and the blind spots. So you got a lot of things that in seat belts. The seat belts are more advanced now. So you've got a lot of things that are going on that's built for safety. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and people are not used to that. especially if you haven't bought a car in the last 10 years. Yeah. So.
Well, I had one last 2 years.
Yeah.
They didn't have it on.
No, you're right. Exactly.
So
And
I had
so
to go
you
back
know
10
if someone
years.
hasn't bought one in 10 or 15 years, I mean, and we get that all the time. Well, and then the other thing that people that haven't bought one in 10 or 15 years, they have to get over the price tag. The price tag on cars is especially the luxury brands, Lincolns and Cadillacs. The prices are quite a bit more than what they were 15, 20 years ago. People were able to buy a loaded up Lincoln Town car for 30, 35,000. And now new Continentals, which is kind of replaced, they don't even have the Town car no more. They got Continentals. New Continentals are running from low 50s to all the way up to 70,000 now. Navigators and Escalades have run from 80 to 110, 115,000. So, not only has the technology changed, but the price points have changed also significantly. So,
Well,
I have to educate people on that also.
most of the things with the pricing stems from having unsophisticated politicians.
Okay.
Politicians who are politicians. They're not business. They don't
Well,
have business mind. They don't have business brains.
right.
Like you even got millionaires who don't have that in them.
Exactly.
Like, for instance, we had a governor in the state of Illinois, Governor Rauner, who was a businessman
Exactly.
from scratch.
Exactly.
And he was attempting to set this in a different manner all the way.
Yeah.
But the public didn't understand what the hell he was doing. They went against him.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
You having to bring up politicians, what's going to affect car prices very heavily in a little while is the tariffs that Donald Trump is doing in China and Japanese. And it's really going to make foreign products a lot more pricier, which in turn is going to probably help my business some. Because if you increase tariffs by 25%, that means you got to pass that on to the product.
To the people.
Exactly.
See, and what they don't understand, for instance, they talk about raises for employees. When you raise the salaries, the stores and everybody else got to raise their prices, so you haven't gained anything. In fact, you lose most of the time.
Exactly.
A raise in salaries loses.
Well, I mean,
a lot of revenue.
a raise of salary hurts on one end, such as like in Chicago where everybody's trying to make the minimum wage $15 an hour. It hurts in terms of product pricing
Right.
and the overall business model. But for like auto, most people have to account for their housing. You got to live somewhere with a roof over your head, and you got to be able to drive. You got to move your family around, move yourself around.
Just think about that now.
So now, if you raise wages up, people are able to afford those things a lot better, man.
Now, let me tell you, when you raise the salaries, they're going to raise the food.
Yes.
Because he's got employees he's got to pay.
Yes.
They're raising salary.
Yes.
So if they're raising salary, raises the food.
Yes.
So the raising salary raises the price of cars.
Yes.
Raising the salary raises the cost of everything that you buy. Cost of transportation.
Yes.
Cost of everything. So therefore, you haven't gained anything. In fact, you're going to lose because the business people takes advantage of that. They say, okay, I'll give you an example.
Go ahead.
I can remember when gas was like 4 cents a gallon.
Yes.
Okay, and at 4 cents a gallon, people were making 50 cents an hour.
Exactly.
So they take the car at that time with no hope of maybe 10 gallon.
Okay.
So you fill your car up. How much is that? 40 cents?
40. Yeah, 50 cents.
cents.
Yes.
You made 50 cents an hour.
Right.
So therefore, he's got a dime. He's spending a dime less than he make per hour.
Exactly.
Now, get down to today. Gas is $3.50, $4 in some places. Let's stick
Yeah,
it.
it's
Let's stick it
going up
$3.50.
steadily.
Yeah, stick it $3.50.
Yeah.
Okay, $3.50 an hour. 10 gallons, how much?
$35.
$35. No, more than that. $10.50.
No, it's 350 times 10.
Yes.
You said 10 gallons. Or fill up?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's about $70 if you're looking at 20 gallons.
Yeah, 20 gallons, right.
Yeah.
So he makes, let's say he makes $15 an hour.
Exactly.
So look at the look at the difference in that.
Yeah. I understand.
$15 an hour.
Yeah, it was almost 4 or 5 hours, 5 hours to pay for a tank of gas.
Right.
Which is almost a day of work.
A whole day, not just one hour, a whole day. Now back when it was 4 cents a gallon, it would cost
just 1 hour.
less than an hour.
Less than an hour.
Because for 40 cents, you're making 50 cents.
Exactly.
So, but with that 10 gallons, at that time gas lasted. It weren't tampered with like it is now.
Back then you weren't getting as much as miles to the gallon as you were getting now either.
Oh yeah, you get much more.
All the MPGs weren't as much as they are now. Miles per gallon was a lot less. But gas was cheaper, so you were getting a better deal then.
I'm saying, man.
It definitely was a better deal.
I remember when that 10 gallons would last 2 weeks.
Man, where were you going, bro? For the last 10 gallons last 2
weeks.
weeks.
You're not going all over the city and stuff all
right,
but you're taking care of your business. You're driving in your community. You're taking care of your business. Yeah. 2 weeks later, oh man, I need another fill up. So you go and spend 40 cents for a fill up again, and you ride all week.
Oh yeah, that ain't bad. 40 cents for a fill up. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, but now as the cars get more power,
yeah,
it's burning more gas.
Exactly.
It's costing you way more than that 1 hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
So I'm just saying, and that's just one example. Exactly. That same example holds for, like, loaf of bread used to cost 7 cents. I can remember it was cheaper than that, but I remember 7 cents as well.
Yeah.
For a loaf of bread.
Well, a gallon of milk used to cost way less, 75 cents.
Right.
I remember when I was little. Yeah, it was. Now I don't know what it is, $3, $4, something crazy.
Right.
Right.
So you go from 7 cents to $2 or $3.
Exactly.
So everything is like that. So you give the grocer, when you tell the grocery store he has to raise his salary to $15 an hour.
Yeah.
He'll gladly raise his salary, because now he can raise all of his product beyond, way beyond that $15. So he's making a bigger profit now than he was paying a cheaper wage.
Yeah.
So every time you raise the salary, everything else is going to raise, not to compensate, but to take advantage of.
Exactly.
And move higher.
Exactly.
And that's on everything. The sell of cars, the sell of suits,
well,
the cutting the hair, the whole gamut.
I wish it was like that with selling cars, but it's not.
Well, you get this. You can't you couldn't stay at the same price, and
no, you can't stay at the same price, but the price is more fluent. If for instance, I don't mean to be telling your business. I told you one set of numbers at first, and you told me no, I'll do this set of numbers. And so you can't do that in a grocery store.
No, because
you can't do that in the grocery. You can't go to McDonald's and say, you know what?
I don't want to pay $5 for the hamburger.
I'll give you $3.50.
Yeah.
Right.
Take your $3.50 ass out the door.
Right. And so the large ticket items like houses and cars, there has to be a little flexibility there. And And we try to work with customers as much, but most places there is no flexibility. Either you're gonna pay for it, or you ain't gonna pay for it. When I go in the store and buy me a 6-pack of beer, it's whatever they decide to cost. And you know what? Because of the way some of these retailers are, I have walked away from that. Uh, you know, some of these stores, especially in our communities, in our hoods, they just really take advantage of just the mere fact that they have what you want and just gouge you to death. Oh, I'm sorry. Gouge you to death on that. So let me fix this up. Yeah, that is a problem. So, but that's one of many problems that we have to deal with.
In the
being
whole,
black men living,
well,
in our own
it's not just
communities.
black. Everybody's damaged by that.
Yeah, yeah. And when I was little, when I was young, all the liquor stores were owned by black men. They're not owned by black men anymore, and that's another challenge. I don't know how that can get reversed back. I don't if it ever can be, but growing up in Harvey, that's when I grew up, huh?
That's something that should be banned anyway.
Yeah.
Liquor doesn't do anything but mess up the brains. You got people walking around with mushy brains and not knowing where they are from time to time. I'm not talking about people who take a sip once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the people who use that stuff. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be as lucrative as it was. Those people who buy a fifth every day.
Man, the problem with that is that so many people vested in our community in the liquor business, either from a part of selling it as packaged goods or selling it in lounges and bars. Man, that's cigarettes. They just about maybe a little bit more. They're gonna just about ban that out from around here. But alcohol, I think, that's gonna be a big challenge. It's just so many ways that people are drinking it at home. People are drinking it when they socialize.
They call it socializing, and
So
what's wrong with having a little
such
drink?
a big.
What's wrong with having? There ain't nothing wrong with having a little drink, as long as you don't mind leaving early. You don't mind leaving this earth early.
The big thing that we got going on, that's going on in Springfield though, is weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a game changer. One is, there's two legs to that. One is, there's so many other states around here, 7 or 8 other states has already legalized that. Two, there's already a black market within our community where it's being sold and smoked and everything. The biggest thing that I see involved in that, if it's going to happen, we got to make sure that we economically, from a business standpoint, if it's going to happen, we got to control that. That's going to be probably one of the biggest issues in this year is if marijuana is legalized, who is going to sell it in our community? And if we don't take control of that, if it happens, we're going to be messed up.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely true.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Pritzker's got it on the table.
Uh-huh.
This is about to go before the Senate. But I don't know how many people, is actually looking into if it's going to get sold, it's going to sold legally.
It's gone through the House already?
They're debating it in the Senate, in the state Senate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're debating it right now.
But what about the House? I thought you said
I don't think the House is A Senate panel has it, and people are going up testifying before a Senate panel.
And I think the House is already set to do it.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's going to be one of the biggest issues in the state of Illinois, in the black community, in 2019.
Oh well. I see a lot. I know a lot of people who are saying that they would like to get involved in their business, but I can't see it. I can't see getting involved in it.
Well, the thing about it is, you know what? I have friends, people, when Facebook and the internet first came out, and I got on Facebook, and people were like, "Nah, man, I ain't doing that." Do you have an email account? No, I ain't got one. I ain't doing that. But man, once technology, once progress. Oh, go ahead.
Hold your point for a second. Let's take a little break.
Okay.
We're going to take a little break to give you a chance to excel. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today?
Let's do those pearly whites, man.
Yeah! The boys, check it out. Stand up, do my terrorists, don't
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's up? What's the name? What's good? What's up?
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir. See ya, buddy. Today Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Stoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees.
Tropical World. Come to Golden's Tropical World for tropical fish of all sizes, colors, and types, and other small animals like iguanas and birds from all over the world. There are beautiful tanks, pet supply needs, including dog and cat foods, and expert consultation. Check out Golden's Tropical World, 8611 South Ashland Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Call ahead, 773-239-8809. Your pet shop.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave.
Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Why? could he make me look suspicious?
Why does my music make me dangerous?
Why are people that are supposed to protect me attacking me?
Why are you afraid of me? Why do you think I'm dangerous? Why do I afraid of people who are supposed to protect me?
Why can't I make a peace sign without you labeling the gang sign?
Why does standing your ground only work when I'm on the ground?
Why do you show this photo over this one?
Why do you only stop and frisk me?
Why do you have low expectations for me?
Why can't I run down the street without causing alarms?
Why do you think I'm a thug?
Why do you assume I'm armed? Why can I breathe? Why is my mom scared every time I leave the house?
Why are you targeting me?
Why am I a target?
Why?
Why? I know why. And it has to stop. It must stop.
Because I have dreams.
Because I can change the world.
Because I will make a difference. Because I have a family. Because I am strong.
Because I'm talented.
I have a voice.
I can find a cure.
I have goals.
I can lead the country.
I am determined.
I have a future.
Because I'm a scholar.
I am powerful.
I'm someone's friend.
I'm someone's brother.
I'm someone's son. Someone loves me.
And because my life matters too.
My life matters.
My life matters.
My life matters. My life matters. My life matters.
Our lives matter.
And so did theirs.
What's it like working with your family? Good question.
Right, great question. Original Soul Vegetarian was established over 38 years ago from our parents, so we're second generation owners.
Back then in the 80s, nobody knew what vegan looked like.
But if you say, oh, this is barbecue, they'll eat it and say, oh, it's good.
Original Soul Vegetarian has been an anchor in this community. At least 90% of our clientele aren't vegans.
It has helped the community a lot with being aware of healthy eating and healthier options.
Most of everything that we sell is sourced locally, and it's all made in-house because it's just not about food for us. Your health is your wealth. Just add something healthy to what you're eating. You're gonna feel better.
Okay, we're back, and we're back with Lee Brown, who is a salesman at Napleton Lincoln in Calumet City. It's on
1777 River Oaks Drive in Calumet City.
Which is 159th.
Illinois. Exactly.
So River Oaks Drive, okay? So it's two dealerships right there together. Well, it's both. They're both Napleton. One is Cadillac.
It's all
and
one campus.
One is Cadillac and one is Lincoln. One campus. So when you go by, just take a look. You see something. I know you see something you want. There was so many things that I wanted. I had to just close my eyes and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch one of these things by the toe. But anyway,
Exactly.
What else do you see that?
Well, I mean, what? So many people are driving cars now that they just been shoved into for whatever reason, and they can do a lot better and be much happier with their purchase. And what I do, I would implore people to come by and to come see me, come to the dealership, look at our inventory on Napleton, RiverOaksLincoln.com. Is to just don't get shoved into a vehicle that you're unhappy with. you are paying thousands of dollars, 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50 and up, thousands of dollars on transportation, and it serves a purpose for you to get one place to another. But at the same time, when you wake up in the morning, when you go out and look at your vehicle, you need to be happy with what you're driving. You know, and so many people I run into and so many people I talk to are unhappy with the situation that they're in. And when they don't have to be that way. One is it doesn't take that much money. People think you need, you know, $3,000 and $4,000 down to get into the vehicle that you want. The way finance companies are shaped up now, the way banks are shaped up now, with the manufacturer, with the new and used, with the dealership and the manufacturer has money, rebates, incentives. There's no reason for you, if you're working hard, making your money every day, there's no reason for you to be unhappy with what you're driving. And so I would implore people to come by. Every situation is different. Everybody is different. But if you're out there working every day, hard for your money, I would implore you to come by, at least call, go to our website, stop by and see me, so we can find out what we can do to make you happy, because you got to live with that car for 4 and 5 years, and there's no use in you being unhappy every time you sit in the car and you're wondering, why did I buy this car? And most of the people that leave our dealership, I'm so happy, and that's why I'm glad that I'm there. I don't experience that anymore, where people are put in situations because they have to be in that situation. They feel like they got to accept something less and below them that they don't want. They have visions of driving nice cars like you do. They have visions of driving nice cars, and they should have something nice. And you don't have to, we have them in all different price ranges there. You don't have to have a $50,000, $60,000 car to enjoy your purchase. We've got them there for $15,000, $20,000, $10,000. I've got a Mercedes there for $18,000. I got a BMW there for $19,000. I've got Lincolns and Cadillacs there for $20,000, $15,000, and $20,000. And so, even if you're, and it doesn't cost a whole lot to maintain them. So you don't have to be, you know, I like to demystify the purchasing process. You don't have to be rich or you know, a lawyer or a doctor to drive a nice vehicle. And people think that, but that's not the case at all. And so I'm just glad I'm given this opportunity to maybe to tell somebody, to touch somebody, to tell them, like, look, man, you know, you don't really have to, you don't have to accept something below what you don't want. And so many people do that every day in all different areas of their life. But in the automotive area, I'm glad that I'm able to lend my hand out there and show people that you can have what you want. You just got to do a little thinking. You got to do a little, you know, and you got to be at the right place at the right time. And I'm just happy that I'm at the right place for that. Yeah.
Well, that's great. But, you know, what do you think a person get out of, well, let me put it this way. I normally buy my cars in the summertime.
Exactly.
Because I want to buy a new car when the sun is shining, and you know, I want to show the newness of the car when I buy it. So, I bought the 16 in July, really.
Exactly.
And now I bought this one a little early, based on you. You
Exactly.
talk me into that.
Yeah.
But it's still not that bad. It did a little raining and whatnot.
You know what?
There's
There's different timetables for. And I'm probably letting out inside information, but when I'm in this forum here, we might as well share it because what we don't know, everybody else knows out there when they're shopping up north up. Really, to buy a new car, the most ideal time to buy it is probably the last 2 or 3 days of the month.
Of which month?
Any month.
December?
So the last 2 or 3 days of the month.
Yeah, the new cars come out in November, right?
Each dealership has numbers they have to hit. We've got Lincoln and Cadillac. Lincoln and Cadillac, to keep the sign out front of the doors, want a certain amount of their vehicles sold every month. If we are not selling those, if we don't not nowhere near that number, and most people are struggling to reach those numbers, most dealerships are struggling to reach those numbers, that last week, them last 3 or 4 days of the month,
is when you get your best deal.
A lot of people don't know that, but they know that now.
I listen.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody's trying to make their numbers. So when you're at the beginning of the month, unless you're a good customer like you were, we went right to the bone on you. But unless you're a very good customer with us, then you're not going to get the best number the first week of the month. You're not going to get the best number the second. We're going to negotiate with you. We're going to and give you, you'll get a decent deal. But if you want the best deal on a new car, you shop between the 27th and the 31st. That's when you're going to get the very best deal because they're motivated to get to that number they need to get to. So that's a lot of that's some information. I mean, and that doesn't mean just shopping with me. That's shopping with anybody. If you want the best deal, that's when you need to go because that's when you're going to get the best deal. And a lot of people don't. The other thing is, a lot of people don't know if you're trying to buy a convertible car, the best time to buy it is in December. You don't want to wait till now. If you want a convertible, you buy it in December. If you want a truck, you buy it now.
Well, tell me, why do you buy the truck, the convertible in December?
Because that's when they're sitting up, just collecting dust. Middle of December, Christmas is going on, showroom activity is slow. No one's buying anything. There are people still buying some cars, but convertibles is the last thing on people's minds. And so, when we have inventory there, we've got to move that. So if a convertible is whatever year it is, in December and January, just sitting there, and no one is touching or trying to buy it, that's the best time to buy something. Convertibles now, everybody wants a convertible. So when the demand is high for a vehicle, no one you're not gonna get a good price break on it. Well, the other thing about it is like this, the Aviator is about to come out. That's going to be a hot car. We got a couple new hot cars coming out over the next couple months for 2020, and those are going to be very hot. We got the Aviator coming out later on this month, early next month.
The Aviator.
That's the one that's going to be right below the Navigator. It's an Aviator. We got that for 2020 coming out.
How big?
You can get a third row with that. And then we got a Corsair, which is replacing the MKC. That's coming out in the fall. And then we got a couple new products on the Cadillac side coming out too. We got an XT6, a bigger truck, not as big as the Escalade, but bigger than the XT5. So we got a number of new exciting new products to come out too. So I look forward to people coming out to take a look at those.
I know you do. And we want you to do more than just look. Let's make this a strong purchase in place for an automobile.
Exactly.
Because when you make that strong, you're making Lee strong, and you're boosting the business for a community. You probably be able to employ more people there.
Exactly.
In the shop, and salespeople.
Exactly. Shop, service, everybody. When there's more sales, obviously we need more people to service those people.
Right.
So that does boost employment and wages and all that stuff we talked about before. One other thing that I do, that I help with someone else that people don't. A lot of people are recovering from financial crisis, such as prior bankruptcies, repossessions, newly employed, all those situations we deal with there. Now, you wouldn't think that being a luxury at an American luxury dealership that we would even waste our time or either put time and effort into helping people in those type of situations. But we do. So just because you had a bankruptcy, you filed bankruptcy, you're in a bankruptcy, or just because you just started working, or just because you've had prior credit problems, repossessions or foreclosures, we're still able to help those type of people, and we do it every day.
What are some of the automobiles other than Lincolns that you're selling?
We have BMWs there. We have Mercedes. We have we got the used Cadillacs, certified Cadillacs, used certified Lincolns. Then we've got Fords. I got Chevys. I've got the Napleton Auto Group is a large group.
And they're not just selling Lincoln Mercury.
Yeah, it's not just selling Lincoln Mercury. The part I'm involved with is owned by Paul Napleton, and so we have an Audi dealership in our network. We got a Mercedes dealership in our network. We have a Bentley Rolls-Royce dealership in our network. We got a Mercedes dealership in our network. I think the only thing that we don't have in our network in terms of forum, we got a Porsche dealership in our network. So, from a luxury standpoint, I can just about get you any kind of luxury car that you're looking for. Other than, I think the only one that we don't own is BMW. So, anybody, if we own a Jaguar dealership also. So, any and all luxury brands, I can get my hands on. So, and then I can get used ones, inexpensive ones, all types. And then totally, we've got 19 dealerships in our group. Now there's an Ed Napleton group also, which is also a big group. So I mean, anything that you're looking for, I can get my hands on.
On Torrance, that's supposed to be a black dealership, Napleton.
On which one?
Torrance.
That's Napleton Honda.
I don't know, but I know it's Napleton. I don't know which one it is.
Yes, yeah. Now, I don't think it's black owned, but there's a black general manager at that one. at the Honda.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, they
Well, I
they
think
you know what, they do allow general managers to own a piece of the dealership. I don't know if that's the case there, but I know in other cases they have. You know, where the general manager owns a piece of the dealership. So, I don't know if that's the case there. But they're very aggressive, just like we are, into serving that community.
So it's up to us to say whether the person is an employee or something else.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what he may be?
Yeah. You know what? I will say this about the Napleton Auto Group. They've been. I will be fair to them. They are very aggressive in hiring people of color. They will give you opportunity, and once you show them that you can produce, they'll give you more opportunity.
What about owning a dealership?
They'll let you participate in ownership if you're a general manager. And there are a couple black general managers that are participating in ownership, but you got to reach that level first. Unfortunately, I haven't reached that level yet.
Are you trying to reach that level?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Yeah, and I think I'll have an opportunity in that area shortly. Yeah,
That's great.
Definitely am. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing with our audience some of the things that you're doing at Napleton or what Napleton is doing for the community. Tell us about the employment opportunities there.
Well, you got employment opportunities. It's two main areas, which is sales.
Need more salespeople.
We need more salespeople.
Need more customers.
Need more customers. And then there's also opportunities in service areas, in the service area also, in terms of service writers and even with mechanics. There's opportunities there.
You got a beautiful young lady working in the service area.
Yes, we do. You talking about TK?
TK.
Yes. And then you got Vince there.
Yeah, I said young lady. I didn't say old man. Vince is a nice guy now, but he's a man.
Right. But there are tremendous opportunities there, and I would implore people that if you think you're interested in working in the automotive industry, and to come by and talk to someone about that, because they are looking for people.
My technician, Tony, the engineer.
Yes.
Well, he was a car salesman for many years.
Yes. He told me that. He told me he worked at the good and the bad ones.
Right.
And the car business is not a bad business if you enjoy being around people and if you enjoy cars. It's
you
not
enjoy
a
crazy
bad
people like me
in.
who thought they had a lemon because the car.
You gotta have patience with people. Yes. You gotta have patience with people.
I was ready to give the car back.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Take it and stick it up somewhere. I don't care what you do with it. Get it out from me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Tell what's wrong. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with the car. It's just.
That's just.
It's telling you when you're climbing over the line.
Exactly.
So I put it to test. That's exactly what it does. Whenever you're on that line.
Exactly. And so, if you enjoy being around people, if you're good, good with talking. If you're not a people person, it's not nothing for you. But if you enjoy cars, you enjoy a people person, and you enjoy helping people, because a lot of times you're actually helping somebody. You selling. There's a fine line between selling and helping, and a lot of times it's more helping than selling.
And I truly feel that you were helping me.
Exactly.
Choose the right car.
Exactly.
at the right time.
Exactly.
The whole gamut.
Exactly. So if you enjoy being helping people and being involved with people and like cars, it's a perfect place to be. And I would encourage people to come out and at least talk about it, especially if you don't have no other employment at this point. Yeah, it can't hurt.
Well, I know one thing. We only have a couple of minutes left to talk about this. So, what would you like to express about the dealership? What do you think that could happen?
Well, what I would like to say is this: is that if you're if you have a car, which I stated before, and you're unhappy with it for whatever reason, either you've had it for a long time, or you bought one recently. When I say recently, like within the last a year, 2 years ago, and you feel like you were just shoved in it, or and it's something that you don't want, and you're paying $300 and $400 a month, $500 a month for something that you don't want, that you're unhappy with, I would encourage you very much to call our dealership and speak to me directly. Number there is 708-891-5400. 708-891-5400. Ask for me, Lee Brown, and let's talk about your situation. Because there's no reason why you should be getting up every day, going to work, providing for your family, and being unhappy when you get in your vehicle. And so I would like to say that to whoever's out there, that and then if you just want to upgrade yourself, or you need a vehicle, give me a call. It can't hurt. A phone call doesn't cost you anything, and I would encourage people to do that. The second part about it is what we just got through talking about. If you think you want to be involved in the automotive retail business, it's very lucrative, pays very well, and yet the barrier to get in, the entry into it, is not very high. You don't need a PhD or a master's degree to get in. You don't even need a bachelor's degree. But you do need to be, a people person. You need to be able to learn about the product. But once that happens, you can write your own ticket. So those two things I would like to say in closing.
Well, I appreciate you, Lee.
Thank you. Thank you, WL.
Sharing with the audience.
Yes,
yes. We want you to come by. We want you to come by.
Yeah, I sure will.
Thank you for joining us, and join us again tomorrow, Friday, the last night in the last day in the week, last night in the week, with Straight Talk. Good night. We'll see you then.